Chin tucked boxing, baby.
Yup, you know what time it is, man. This is, of course, your favorite channel, man, CTB. This is Chin Tuck Boxing. I'm your boy, Jay Slay. I'm about to wreck your chin with this one. In the process of wrecking your chin, let me please remind you guys to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We back at full effect. I'm going to be dropping more compilation videos, more funny clips. Also, I'm going to be doing more film breakdowns. My very first project back will be about a subject we're talking about today, which is Wilder, man. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Everybody know here, I'm a fan of Deontay Wilder. We all here at the channel are pretty much fans of Deontay Wilder and where he came from. But, you know, when it's time to hang him up, it's time to hang him up. You don't want to see your favorite fighter or one of your favorite fighters in his career, you know what I'm saying, the way Wilder has been in his career so far. But this is not only about Deontay Wilder, what we're talking about today. We are really going to talk about Stephen A. Smith and the casual fans, man, they talking points about Deontay Wilder. I'm going to try to educate you guys a little bit when it comes to this boxing knowledge, because I'm a boxing nerd, man. But let's talk about it. First off, Stephen A. Smith. I watched this show, the Stephen A. Smith show on YouTube, and he, of course, he broke down his opinion on Deontay Wilder and Zhang's fight from this past Saturday night.
Point number 2, stupidity. Now, we can blame it on pride. We can blame it on arrogance and ego. As far as this particular fight go, we could blame it on looking for the money fight or whatever. Deontay Wilder blew it. He got into the ring Saturday night with a dude 68 pounds heavier than him. Ladies and gentlemen, it was breaking news when Ryan Garcia committed to coming in to the weigh-in 3 pounds heavier than Devin Haney. 3 pounds. We saw in the pre-fight commentary, you understand, with Sean Porter and Clarissa Shields, who did an excellent job. Both of them did an excellent job. We heard them talking about 3 pounds make a difference. This guy, Deontay Wilder, is coming into the fight 68 pounds lighter than Zhang. I don't give a damn that he's 41. He's 68 pounds heavier. What are you doing?
Was fighting Zhang. You know, from what they've been saying and what I've been seeing on social media, they had a full training camp this time. So that's not an excuse. What they overlooked on Zhang was, number one, the compatibility of the styles. Wilder and Zhang don't throw a lot of punches. And the way a lot of people beat Zhang is by tiring him out and by keeping him guessing and moving around the ring, and that's not Deontay Wilder. So you knew you wasn't going to tire out Zhang in that fight because it's not Wilder's style. So you pretty much leave it to a counter-punching fight. It's going to be a counter-punching fight. And I would have gave that edge to Zhang, of course, because I thought he was the better counter-puncher, but I thought if Wilder would have caught him, that he would have got Zhang out of there. But I will say this, I was wrong about this part. I didn't account for the weight difference. I'll be honest with you, I didn't think much about the weight because it's heavyweight. You know, heavyweight is, they don't have to wait. They come in how they come in. But 68 pounds is crazy. 68 pounds is stupid. And I don't think that Deontay Wilder's team and them accounted for that. I think that they was leaning on the fact that Wilder has been in with guys close to that size. But Zhang was the biggest guy he's ever fought when it comes to the weight. It was 68 pounds. Let's think about it. 68 pounds in the smaller divisions is like 5 or 6 weight classes. We talk about how Terence Crawford is crazy for trying to fight Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? We talk about how crazy it was for Jermell Charlo to move up and try to fight Canelo Alvarez. We talk about how, you know, how Devin Haney and Garcia came in 3 pounds over the weight limit, and how crazy that was, and how much of a weight advantage that was for Garcia. 68 pounds is 68 pounds. That is a crazy weight advantage, bro. That is stupid. So I think that was also a mistake for Wilder and his team. My opinion, I think Wilder should have did what Joshua did. I know Wilder didn't want to take he didn't want to take the cherry picking route or the quote unquote the light touch fights. He didn't want to do that. He wanted to go back into the mix, which I understand, you know, him being 38 years old, you've been, you know what I'm saying, at that level for so long in your career, the last 6-7 years of your career being at that level, you don't want to take a step back. So I understood that aspect, but at some point you gotta do what Joshua did When Joshua lost to Usyk the second time, Joshua went and found a new niche. He came to America to find a new niche. He came to America and got a new style, became more violent, you know what I'm saying, became more technical, and then took what he learned here in America and now has a resurgence. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest with you, Ngannou included, he's still on that light touch road, man. You know, he fought Otto Wallin, who was a former sparring partner of his. He fought Ngannou. Ngannou's an MMA fighter who got one professional boxing match against Tyson Fury, which he knocked Fury down. To me, that's still a light touch for Joshua. You know, I picked Joshua to win the way he won. I picked Joshua to win in devastating fashion in the first round. We're wrong about the round, but I was right about the devastating fashion. Wilder should have did that. He should have went and took some light touches and got his feel back, got his confidence back up, get a couple of knockouts under his belt. You know what I'm saying? And then worked on his first step. I think that's what's missing in his fight style right now, which I'm gonna get into in a minute. Worked on some things, and then came back and fought these guys at this level. But back to Stephen A. Smith. This is what Stephen A. Smith was wrong about, and why I'm upset with Stephen A. Smith a little bit. Because Stephen A. Smith is a casual fan. Stephen A. Smith is the most dangerous version of a casual fan. Stephen A. Smith is a casual fan with a large audience. So what he says reach more ears, and it's going to reach the talking points and the talking mouths of every casual fan who will want to have an opinion about the sport. You know, casual fans like to have an opinion about the sport the same way we boxing nerds does. Stephen A. Smith said,
and he relies completely on his right hand. He barely throws a jab. This particular fight, he tried to throw the jab. But he barely has thrown jabs throughout his entire career. He's relied on the straight right or the check left hook. That's what Deontay Wilder has done. He's not a good boxer. He's an elite puncher.
that is the dumbest thing that I ever heard. Deontay Wilder was known as a 1-2 puncher. The one is a jab. Chris Arreola, one of Deontay Wilder's former opponents, said that Deontay Wilder has the best jab that he has ever faced. Chris Arreola fought Vladimir Klitschko. He still said Deontay Wilder had the best jab. He said his jab was like getting hit by a straight left. That his jab was heavy and strong. He beat Semaine Zavern in the first fight with a jab. Duhaupas, he jabbed his way into stopping Duhaupas and beating the shit out of Duhaupas. Deontay Wilder's jab was mean. He had a mean jab. Mark Breland's style was the jab, was the 1-2. Mark Breland made sure that Wilder had the meanest 1-2 he could have, because Wilder came in the game late. Because Wilder came in the game late, you know, you got to teach him the basics to the point that he can, especially his right hand being as hard as it was. Mark Breland came in there knowing that, okay, you come in the sport late, you got a mean right hand. I'm going to show you how to use your athleticism to close that space and land that right hand. And it was the 1-2. And Deontay Wilder took that shit to become world champion. So knowing that one, like I said, the one is the jab. Me knowing that, I don't know what the fuck Stephen A. Smith was talking about. I don't know what all you casual fans are talking about when you say Deontay Wilder only has a right hand and doesn't know how to box. The jab is the most dangerous punch when it comes to the sport of boxing. And Deontay Wilder have a mean jab. He jabbed in the Zhang fight. He was landing beautiful jabs in the Zhang fight. He was landing beautiful jabs in the Fury fights, in all three of them. The jab to the body, Malik Scott gave him a jab to the body, gave him more of a real balanced style, which I'm gonna get into that in a minute as well. But Deontay Wilder has always had the jab. Now, I'm gonna get you casual fans real quick. A lot of you casual fans are blaming Malik Scott for the downfall of Deontay Wilder. That's crazy. In my opinion, Malik Scott while he is a new trainer at that level, he is a great trainer. Malik Scott gave nothing but great advice in that fight. In all the fights I've seen him in, when it comes to being in Deontay Wilder's corner, he always gave great advice. I follow Malik Scott on Instagram. He has great film breakdown technique. He does like I do when it comes to breaking down film. We watch a lot of boxing. I watch a lot of boxing. I watch a lot of boxing in my off time. You understand what I'm saying? He does the same thing, but he just does it with the opponents that's coming up. What I will blame Malik Scott on is how he trains Wilder. You hear how he talk. When he breaks down fights and these interviews, he always say that, yeah, I seen Wilder do this before, so it's nothing new. He can do this. He's not putting in account that Wilder's past his prime. Wilder's over the hill, not over the hill per se, but he's over the hill of, you know, elevating in prime. He's almost 40 years old. Wilder lost a step. He lost hand speed, in my opinion, and like I told you earlier, he lost that first step that he was known to be devastating with in his prime. Wilder's first step, him closing distance with them long arms of his and his athletic speed with that powerful ass right hand, is what made Wilder dangerous. This Wilder that we have now, where he throws his right hand from a set spot, a set space, that didn't start happening until, like I said, after the first Fury fight. Ortiz, look at the Ortiz 2 fight. When Wilder fought Ortiz the second time, the reason why he couldn't find that shot like he wanted to, because he did not explode forward. The shot he caught Ortiz with to end the fight was from a set stance. Wilder has become a set stance puncher. That's not because by his fault. That's because as you get older, that's what usually goes first, is your legs. Prime example, Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, younger Floyd, Pretty Boy Floyd, was known for his crazy ass footwork, moving around the ring, going in and out, you know what I'm saying, even knocking people out at the smaller weights. When Floyd Mayweather started to lose his legs and started, you know, slowing down a little bit when it comes to his legs, he changed his whole style. He became the pocket Mayweather that we all seen at the end of his career, the Money Mayweather style. Pretty Boy Floyd was completely different. It was a completely different animal. Let's go to another fighter, Manny Pacquiao. Everybody remember Manny Pacquiao, big ass calves. How Manny Pacquiao was known for being in and out, zooming in and out on people. You know what I'm saying? Two-piece combinations popping out again, changing angles on people. As Manny Pacquiao got older, that's what, and he started getting caught because he couldn't do that no more. His legs was gone, cramping up and all kind of shit. He used to complain about cramping and all that other shit. Deontay Wilder lost that first step. He lost that explosive ass first step. That is what ended Deontay Wilder. It wasn't Malik Scott's training. It wasn't anything that Malik Scott could have avoided. It just so happened that coming to boxing late, Deontay Wilder never learned, you know, how to adjust his style. You understand what I'm saying? He never learned how to do enough stuff in his style to where he can adapt to his limitations. Deontay Wilder lost that first step, and he became the fighter we see today. The fighter that's a lot more easy to catch, excuse me. This is me, my opinion. I believe, excuse me, if I had control, if I had like Thanos powers and I could snap my fingers and reverse time and bend time how I see fit, how I would do Deontay Wilder's career, I would change Mark Breland and Malik Scott's time. Like I would put Malik Scott in Deontay Wilder's career earlier and Mark Breland's in his career later. Let me tell you why. The defense and the foot movement and the setting up punches, the jabs to the body, the setting traps, all that Malik Scott has taught Deontay Wilder has came too late. If Deontay Wilder would have learned that, say, when he was 28-0, around that time frame, say he would have learned that earlier in his career, right now sitting at 40-something, when he was 41-0 with 41 knockouts, some crazy shit like that before he started losing, before he got that first loss, if he would have learned all that stuff that he's learning now and could have incremented it into his style, he would have been more devastating. He would have had, in my opinion, probably a longer career, in my opinion. Now, if on the back end of his career, he can bring in somebody like Mark Breland now, that is beneficial because Mark Breland going to have your jab and your two straight. Mark Breland going to have that 1-2 straight. That's what Deontay Wilder's missing now. Deontay Wilder has forgot, or he seems to be incapable of doing that 1-2 because he's focused on too many things when it comes to his feet. He want to move and he trying to move and set angles and set traps. That he forgetting about the basic thing that got him there, which was the 1-2. And before the Joseph Parker fight, I didn't see it before, but this Zane fight, it really did show me how, you know, how that first explosive step was really, really what got Deontay Wilder. It ain't the punching power. It wasn't the right hand. It wasn't just the jab. Wasn't just none of that. What really got Deontay Wilder where he at right now was that explosive first step. Just think about the Euro step that he did against Stavern. How he caught Stavern and then Euro step to the side and changed angles. That Wilder with that explosive first step, they can do moves like that in the ring. You know what I'm saying? That was the Wilder that was missing, and I think they knew that. You can see how Wilder was doing that bag drill shit he was doing in his media workday. How he would then explode around and do the little twist thing, which I thought was crazy. I don't know why he did that shit, but he did that switch thing trying to show that he still got that athleticism. That was the Wilder we needed. I just think that he couldn't get it off because in the ring he's thinking about too much other shit. He was thinking about setting traps and all that shit. On top of that, you got a man that's 68 pounds bigger than you. In the 5th round, before he got caught, he started to become that. And I kind of wish he had a little bit more time before he got caught by that hook. Because we started to see him attempting to get back to that. He just, you know what I'm saying, that right hand he threw just came from a set spot that it was easy. It was so easy to read. Like his whole hand changed position before he shot it. My boxing nerds just to explain it. It's telegraphed. He telegraphed that shot coming. Zane seen that shit coming a mile away. The spacing was right. He telegraphed it. Zane knew what to throw. He knew what to throw. That was the downfall of that fight. Now in closing, because this video was longer than I expected. In closing, I also this morning I watched Pac-Man Tay. If you don't know who Pac-Man Tay is, he is a fighter himself. You know, he's in Deontay Wilder's camp. He said that he talked to Wilder after the fight, in the aftermath, and Wilder said he ain't done yet, baby. So if that's true and Wilder does make a comeback, this is what I would want to see. Wilder, if you're going to come back and you want to stay at heavyweight, because Bridgerweight is there. If you want to fight at Bridgerweight, it's nobody at Bridgerweight that I don't see you beat, that I don't see you losing to. If, you know what I'm saying, if you land solid and if you train properly. I don't see you losing to those guys. Because you fighting guys your own size at that point. But if you want to stay fighting guys that's bigger than you, you want to stay fighting these guys who's going to be 30, 40, and 50, 68 pounds bigger than you, if you want to stay at that weight class, then you need to go and rebuild yourself. You need to go out here and if you're going to learn what Lee Scott is trying to teach you, you can't learn what Lee Scott is trying to teach you and fight these A-level guys. You got to go in here and implement it on somebody that, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough fight, but at the same time, it can get you your confidence level up. It can get your ring experience up and everything. Stay in the ring. Stay in the ring. Even though you got knocked out brutally in this fight, I don't think you took to a lot of punishment to where, you know, you would need another year before you can get back in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Maybe take 6-8 months, you know, out before you start sparring again and getting back in the ring. But sitting on the shelf and waiting, you know what I'm saying? Fighting these top level guys with limited training, with limited camps. And, you know, fighting up to the competition to where you really need to work your way back up to is a mistake. So if you really want to stay in this game, Wilder, which I really don't want you to, my opinion is I would rather see you retire. My favorite fighter of all time was Roy Jones. Watching how Roy Jones got forced to retire and he's now still trying to fight. I heard he's trying to fight Jake Paul now. Watching Roy Jones in his career the way he did, to this day, it still hurts me. To this day, I still remember that feeling in my stomach when I seen Tarver knock him out. I still remember how I felt that day watching that shit. I got sick to my stomach. You know what I'm saying? Seeing him go out like that, I do not want to see Deontay Wilder go out like that. Even though he already in the midst of doing that. He's already in the midst of getting laid out. You know what I'm saying? But those my 2 cents, man. This is CTB. This is Chin Tuck Boxing. Please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that little bell icon in the bottom of the screen so you can, you know, get videos where we drop more videos, which I will be dropping more videos soon. I'm about to get back in the lab. I'm about to start doing more of my compilation videos, more of my funny videos, more of my film breakdown, film study. My very first project will be on this very subject. It will be on the prime versus the decline of Deontay Wilder, and I'm also doing a version of that with Tyson Fury, because a lot of people are talking about how Tyson Fury also doesn't look the same, how Tyson Fury would never lost to Usyk in his prime, which I kind of agree with. Those guys been doing a lot of wars, man. But with that being said, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel, man. I'm out of here. Peace.
Chin tucked boxing, baby.